And we're back. And this is your Xiaomi Mi A2 Android One budget phone. So here we have it, the Xiaomi Mi A2. This is an Android One phone. Last year Xiaomi came out with the Mi A1, and the Mi A1 was really doing well because it was an Android One phone. But this year they're coming in with a nice looking style, smaller bezels, and still rocking a budget phone price with mid-range type of specs. So let's get into this Xiaomi Mi A2.
Form blazing sword!
And let's slide this out. Nice packaging by Xiaomi. Okay, we have some instruction booklets, dongle, and your SIM ejector tool. And we have a case, a flimsy case. And here is the Mi A2. Look at that. It's coming with a European adapter. So how well would this work in the States? We got to put that to the test. And you guys check out the review of the Mi A2 Lite, because that's up right now. So let's check this out. So USB Type-C. This is supposed to have fast charging as well. Nice white cord with the white brick. So here we have the Mi A2. Look at this. This looks absolutely premium, feels good. What we're dealing with is a 20 megapixel front facing camera, and in the back you'll have a 12 megapixel main camera and a 20 megapixel secondary camera. And look at this, feels very good in the hands, feels very smooth in the back, not much grip. Let's see if we have any juice. Bang, Android One. So let's run down the specs. You're getting a Snapdragon 660 processor, which is very good on battery efficiency, and also you're getting the battery size. So 3010 milliamp hour battery, which is not very big, but for a mid-range phone with mid-range processor that's battery efficient, this should last the whole day. 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. This is going to be hot. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take this along my day, really put this to use, and then I'm going to come back with the rest of this video. We're going to review this phone because I need to use this for a couple of days. So here we have it. It's been about over a week now since I have the Xiaomi Mi A2, and I gotta say, I'm definitely impressed with this phone. So what Xiaomi got here with these cameras is a 12 megapixel main camera with a 20 megapixel depth sensing camera, which I really don't know how they specifically work, but the pictures that I've got with this phone is absolutely amazing. This phone takes some incredible pictures that really looks good. I would say definitely pixel-like. They definitely got some stuff coming from Google for this camera, and I'm really impressed. Now, when we talk about the front camera, you're talking 20 megapixel front camera, and I gotta say, this is a pretty good camera, but I think they could have put a little bit more emphasis on the front-facing camera. This is definitely above the pack when it comes to this price range for this front-facing camera that's at 20 megapixels. I'm pretty impressed with that. This phone is rocking the Snapdragon 660 processor with Android 8.1 Oreo, rocking this stock Android skin, which is Android One. At the bottom here we got Type-C charging, which is fast charging, microphone, speaker, and the speakers doesn't sound too bad. Also, you have an IR blaster. You can control your TV with your phone. That's absolutely awesome. Very fast fingerprint scanner, pretty fast. You got the animation, but this is not the fastest, but it's definitely not the slowest. You got the Mi logo right here at the bottom. You got your volume keys, power button. This is an incredible phone, nice build. I like the subdued black look, which to me really looks good. So you got the Snapdragon 660 plus 4 gigs of RAM. Multitasking is going to be on point. You're going to be able to have a lot of different apps open. You're going to be able to use this phone, and with the light skin of Android One, this is a real good performer. 4 gigs of RAM is enough for this phone. The performance is on point, but there was one thing that I was really worried about with this phone, and that's the bands. So I checked out the bands thoroughly, and they have enough, definitely enough GSM bands for you to get by. My experience with T-Mobile, I did a full battery life review, and my experience on that, my experience using it day to day, using it at work, using it at home, using it where I normally go about, and also that trip was needed to check out this phone to see if it drops off along the way. Now there are times that you're gonna not be on LTE, but those are minimal times, but it doesn't interfere with the experience of using this phone. Using the phone in Wi-Fi, no issues. The switch off is no problem, but sometimes you're gonna have drop calls when you switch out from Wi-Fi back to cellular, or cellular back to Wi-Fi. You may have drop calls. Now, there's phones that I'm using right now that are flagship phones that have that drop off when you leave Wi-Fi or you come into Wi-Fi. Pretty much, this is definitely usable in the United States. I definitely give this a thumbs up. You're not gonna have much issues, if any at all. Now, the little things about this phone. Just using the phone, stock Android build, no problems at all. Using this interface, using the phone, you're not gonna have no issues. This is a very stock Android build, and it feels good. The speaker. You don't expect top-notch speaker quality in this type of priced phone. This is a very loud speaker, and it sounds pretty good. So you got front-facing camera at 20 megapixel. You got 2 rear cameras. That's absolutely impressive on this budget phone. The screen. Let's talk about this screen. 1080p screen with the colors looking really good. Good viewing angles, good saturation, good brightness. You can definitely take this phone to be plenty bright with no problems at all. There is nothing to worry about when you're out there in bright sunlight looking at your phone. You're gonna see your phone with no problem at all with this screen. This screen is absolutely tremendous for this phone. So let's talk about the battery life. Battery life on this phone is absolutely pretty good, especially for this price range and for everything that this phone is giving you. I would say battery life is pretty good. You got the efficient Snapdragon 660 processor, which helps out with battery efficiency, and also using Android Doze with this stock Android One build. Check out my battery life review if you need specifics, but I've used this phone over and over again. If you keep brightness at the absolute highest all the time, you're gonna barely get through your shift at work because the brightness levels are really high on this phone. See, between $260 and $210, you can get this phone right now. You gotta look around and really be sharp, because you might get this phone with 4 gigs of RAM, you might just get it with 6 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, or 64 gigs. This is actually 64 gigs with 4 gigs of RAM, and you can expand the storage up to 128 gigs of storage, dual SIM slots. So there's different variants you can find this phone. Just look around, but 4 gigs of RAM is definitely enough. That's what I have in here, 4 gigs of RAM. This is not a phone that's like a burner phone. This is a definite budget phone that's more into the mid-range when it comes to performance. The cameras are awesome. The fingerprint scanner is pretty stock Android type speed fast. This phone can definitely be my daily driver without a shadow of a doubt. So if you're looking for a stock Android phone at this price tag that's giving you tremendous camera performance, which is doing everything right, even down to the vibrating motors, this phone is a budget phone that's running with the top mid-rangers out there right now. That's how good it is for around $200. Incredible. incredible. And with that, we'll see you in the next one.